Hey guys, good to see you all again. So it's me, it's Fritzi, I'm back. And welcome to today's Mega Bill Monday. Just say hello to chat. Hey Kadria, hey Deliz, or Delizzy, hey, good to see you. Good to be back. My throat is still a little bit not 100%, but hopefully I can keep talking enough for all you guys and we can all have a lot of fun. So if you guys remember last time, I was continuing my mega build. We are in the final countdown stage. Thankfully, on last Friday, I showed off a few of our community's blueprints, and it has helped progress the build massively. So if you've been missing out, you just wait and see. We've improved things quite a lot. So let's get going. Forest Temple Blaze! And away we go! How's everybody doing, by the way? Did you all have good weekends? I'll let you have the delay for a little bit while I just, talk to myself, drink a bit. Yes. So here we are. We are currently on my Temple Island build. Now, as you can see, it's really starting to shape up. It really looks a lot more like the kind of story I was planning. So for anybody who's just joining or anybody who's watching on YouTube, my idea behind this build was that there was an ancient temple on top of this mountain, and it was actually, the mountain is in two halves. So here it all looks quite standard, but when you go behind, if I can fly my way around, zoom, fly as fast as I can. During the shattering, half of the mountain fell away, and this temple's actually missing its other half. So here you can just sort of see some of the water is from the inside the mountain is starting to sort of pour out. So it's been nicknamed the Weeping Mountain. So I've created this water just using some blue sand, which is brilliant. It makes a really, really good effect for water. I've seen a lot of our top builders using it. So I highly suggest that. And then I had a lot of help making this mountain thanks to Boomkin, who's our regular streamer, who's currently on holiday, but he'll be back next week. So yay! Yay, we'll have Boom back! And then maybe he'll let us glitter his beard. Yeah, I'm so prepared for this. Definitely. I have to go out to the shops and get me some serious glitter. And then gloves, and maybe some surgical gear so I don't get it all over me. Not that I wouldn't mind, but that stuff, it never washes out. So yeah, looking around at the island, you can see it's improved a heck of a lot. So I've added steps, I've filled in some blueprints, I've got these arches that lead all the way up, and I'll just fly my way up. And I'm also thinking about adding a race just to see how quickly you can get up the mountain. Septon, hey Septon, welcome to stream, good to see you. So I'm just working my way up to the top, nearly there. So this bit I'm just going to add to the building. So I've just done this so I could tell, how many steps I needed and if I was going to reach the bottom. If we keep going up, I have placed the portal. Boom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an interesting effect using these oil lanterns and the portal. And I'm going to make it look like the portal sort of smoking as it opens up. Babby Clucker 578. Hi, I didn't see Fritzi stream in a while. Yes, it's been a while. I've been doing it this week and last week, and I was co-streaming the week before. I'm helping out since our poor, not poor Boomkin, our lucky Boomkin has been off on holiday. So yeah, I have to chip in a bit. It's really good to be back though. I really enjoy seeing everybody. But yes, so this part of the build, I'm just gonna set myself up. So this is something that I had done on my home island. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make myself some space under the ground. Let me check how big were you again. Come back. So you're about yay big. Yeah, that should be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick up some of these. I just put them to the side while I was planning for today's build. What I really like about these lanterns is the smoky effect that comes off of it. I've seen a lot of our builders use these really, really well to create very nice misty buildings, walkways, volcanoes. I've seen some interesting builds today. It's been really, really interesting. So I'm just going to start putting a whole load of these in a row. It's a bit bright, kind of blinding my eyes, but I'm going to pick up my standing stone and equip again. And I'm just going to put it just there on top. So now it looks like my standing stone is eerily smoking. Not bad for effect. It also adds a good bit of lighting. So that is one trick to add a little bit of atmosphere to your standing stone. So I'm going to be keeping that as the focal point. And then I think I'll come back to you. I've got myself a bunch of screens that I was able to get a bit earlier, which you can see and use here. So I'm planning on using the colours green and red because, if many of you know, I'd like to talk about it all the time. I had spent some time in Korea and I was inspired by how Korea looked like in the autumn time to create this mountain. Korea also has a lot of mountains and a lot of hiking. And in Korean traditional architecture in the ancient buildings called hanok, it's usually lots of greens and lots of reds. So thinking of that, I was using that as my colour theme. So I've got a whole bunch in here. So just using some shutters, and I'm using these as kind of, they would have sort of screen doors. There'd be main pillars and then screen doors in between, not sort of like traditional European buildings where it'd be brick walls and then wooden doors that go in and out. You'd have doors that sort of slide from side to side. About that penguin, I didn't build it yet. I had some problems. Oh, you had to go get surgery. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're feeling better. Good luck. Stay healthy, and don't worry about the penguin. It's okay. At the moment for this alpha, if you haven't heard, all published player islands are going to be saved for the next testing stage. So if you've half built your penguin, feel free to publish it and then you can work on it again later. So take your time, it'll be all right. And I really sincerely hope that you get well soon. I know it's not fun being sick. So I'm going to add some of these screens into the building. And what I was considering, ooh, whoops, come back. So I was considering doing, Bobby says I did save it, so I will. Oh, brilliant, glad to hear it. So I wanted, as part of my lore, was part of this island had been ripped away. So I'm considering maybe knocking a few holes into this, but at the same time, it looks quite pretty and I don't know how much I want to do that, just in case I end up wrecking a perfectly lovely blueprint and then I can't build it again. At this stage, because I've already completed the blueprint, it behaves like any other building on my island. So I can knock it down, I can use it for resources, I can change it, but I can't magically rebuild it exactly how it was, and there's no undo button. So I may actually, I think, looking at it now, I quite like it as a whole piece. So I think I'm going to leave it as intact. So I'm just going to keep filling in my windows, add around the area. I might keep this one open because we did have a suggestion last time about framing the city of first light. And I think that's just a perfect little shot there through the window. So I will keep you there. Everything else, I think I will start... Ooh, whoops. I may obviously change my mind partway through the build because it's a creative process, you know. It's always going to be a few edits. Let's see, add a little bit more. Okay. So that's all this level. I'm going to work my way up. These ones are smaller, so it's almost like there's a doorway here. So I could, if I wanted to, probably make this into a doorway. I think for now, yeah, I'll keep it like that. And I will use some of my slightly smaller shutters. It's good that we've got these in a few different sizes. Thank you, Septum, for the link. Yep, that gives anybody who's in stream, it has some information on exactly what will be copied into our next testing stage. For anybody on YouTube, if you're curious about the link, feel free to leave a comment and ask, and then one of us will get back and we'll give you it. So do not worry. Voila! I think that looks quite decent. Let's zoom out a bit. Yeah! Oh no, that looks really authentic. Very nice. I like it. I like it. Now I'm probably going to finish up my steps leading up, and then I was thinking about scattering around some candles. I'm going to be a little bit minimalist. I'm not quite as good as Boomkin is at building, and I haven't got all the sort of resources I need for all the decorations. And often you'll be doing something, and then partway through you're like, oh yeah, actually something else would also look really good here, but I've got to go out and get all the resources for it first. And I'm not gonna bore you too much with all of that on here. Septon says, very nice, Fritzi. Thank you. Shrathina says, hi. Hey, Shrathina. Welcome. See, I don't forget you when Boomkin does. Okay, I have got my steps. There we go. I think I'm going to pick up some candles as well. I think I'm going to do, yeah, white and red candles. Let me see. Where is it I can make the candle cluster again? Is it here? No. Candles, candle. There you are. So I will make, I think, a bunch of white candles to do. I'll just have, yeah, about 13 should do. I'll just have a bunch of those crafting in the background. Proti says, Thursday keys only gives 24 hours play. No, it's access forever, which is what Shrathina's saying. The key itself can only be used for 24 hours. Correct, Shrathina, thank you. Yes, if you have a key and you gain access to the game, it's instant access. That's the benefit of the key. You don't have to wait for us to invite you. But once you have access, you're good to go. You're an official player. So welcome. Sometimes if you get keys, some of them have limits on the number of uses, so you have to be as quick as possible. Others are limited in the amount of time that they're available. Oh, let me just put my helmet on. And then grid mode. Good. It's starting to get dark. This way I can just keep seeing what I'm doing. So yeah. If you want to hang out with us, you can also sign up. You can click the sign up button below. If you're on YouTube, there'll be a link in the description. And if you're in a testing area, which at the moment is North America and Europe, including Australia and New Zealand as well, you can check for a full list on the forum. If you're in one of those areas, you should get an invite within a week or so, depending on when you're viewing this video and how our invites are looking at the time. But that's correct for anyone who's watching this soon after it's been uploaded. Otherwise, feel free to leave a comment and ask, and we will update you and give you the link. And voila! Those are my steps leading up. I can't wait until daylight and I can see this a bit better. That's a lot of steps. I would not like to walk up these on my own. I'm relatively fit, but exercise, you know. I like to keep my video game exercise instead. It's, yeah, less painful in the long run. Turn to Bliss says, I have access to the game. Why should I check the game out again? Tell me on SkySaga. Oh, one moment. Fritizi, it's awesome for following. Thank you, Fritizi, for following. Yes, you are awesome. So to give you an idea about why you should come back for SkySaga is it has completely changed, and we change at every update. So to be honest, if you come back in, it's a good chance it's not going to be the same as if you were testing it earlier on. At the moment, a big issue that a lot of people were dealing with is that they were concerned about losing their builds at the end of a testing phase. We're now saving all published islands. So if you've got anything that you want to work on for much longer, you can publish it and then it will save over to the next testing stage. We have, I don't know when was the last time you were in for an alpha. We've got quests, there's end dungeons as well. We've got a blueprint system. So I built most of this using player built blueprints, which is why I can make it look so cool. Yeah. Any other particular questions you want to know? Those are the ones on the top of my head. But if there's anything else you want to know, feel free to just ask away. Just going to read through chat very quickly. Da, 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 da.